Collecting is either one of those hobbies where you think it's childish or respectable or even exciting to look at. In my case, I thought it was childish, but also respectable by those who had a lot of money, disposable income to spend so much resources on these tiny little plastic pieces of men or just characters in general that can move their toes, their fingers, their hands, their arms, or even their shoulders. They can move every part of their body. But besides that, I thought it was childish. At first, at least. Until I needed a action figure for one of my stop motion class activities. Well, it was actually for my final project with a friend that I partnered up with. And that figure that I owned, the very first figure that I owned in years, except for the other ones I had in my childhood, which was the SH Figuarts Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta Unwavering Pride. Now, I didn't have to name what the figure was actually called, but I wanted to be specific. I'm sorry. I used that figure, right, for that stop motion project, along with my friend who had the same brand, but who had the same action figure brand, but the character was Goku. He was in his Super Saiyan Blue form. And it was fun. We used both of our action figures to animate these characters in this little project that we had for our school. But that's not even the best part of it. The best part was I thoroughly enjoyed moving that figure, even outside of that project itself. After I was done animating any specific part of that project, I felt some sense of joy that I haven't felt in a long while, and it was some feeling that's similar to childlike, right? It almost felt magical. And I realized that it's this feeling that I've been seeking for a very long time, ever since I was a child. The feeling that I had so many things in possession, that naivety that I wanted everything. I wanted so much stuff, because that's just how some kids think like that, right? A lot of where the thinking of quantity over quality is often the case. I was that kid, and I thought having characters that represented, or having action figures that represented my characters, it felt good. Characters such as Spider-Man, Goku, Vegeta, a lot of characters from Dragon Ball, and a lot of characters from the Marvel Comics. And it eventually branched out to stuff like Transformers, Pokemon, and so many other brands that I can't even remember at this point, because I have collected so much ever since I started collecting these past 2 years. And it was fun. It was genuinely fun having these little pieces of plastic representing characters that you love or adore. But it eventually got to a point where I felt like I was wasting my resources or fighting for my life to get characters that I wanted for my collection. And thankfully I realized so soon that it wasn't healthy to keep going like this. And so I stopped for a while. And then it came to a point that I didn't collect for a while. And by that point, I had a lot of characters that I liked, though not all of them, but a lot of them. And an important lesson that I realized as well was that I should be content what I have as well, instead of chasing that high, that same feeling of excitement every time, that new feeling, that feeling of getting something new every time is what I mean. I was always content with what I had, because I was born in a very, well, I wouldn't say poor family. I was born in a very humble family that we lived our lives. We were pretty much middle class by that point. But as I got older, things changed, and thanks to my family, thanks to my mother, I was able to afford more things growing up, and I was able to use the resource that she gave me, the finance, the money she gave me for my allowance, to get what I want, to get what I need. It's okay to collect, but don't let it get to the point that where it becomes similar to like going to a casino just to chase that high, that high feeling like you're frying your dopamine without even realizing it. Don't forget to let your inner child out. Don't forget to have fun. My name is Cab. Thank you for watching. I'll probably see you in the next video, and I'm looking forward to whoever comments their insights and whoever likes to share their experiences in collecting as well. Thank you. Bye.